Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 26. I can't believe it's been 26 episodes already. It's been 26 episodes. And I think Tally's been on every single one. It seems like as a replacement for Zeke. Tally's joining us this week, and our guest is none other than Eat My Diction. I got to we'll just start bluntly. Why the one? It was Eat My Diction taken?
No, it was Eat My Diction on Xbox Live. And then I woke up one day
and it was taken everywhere else.
They sent me a message saying, your name has expletives, or it's crude. You need to change it. And so I just put a 1 at the end, and they're like, all right, cool, you're good to go. And then it's been like that since that was like 6 years ago.
Serious?
Yeah.
What? Was it all automated?
Microsoft for you, I guess.
I wonder if someone reported you and that's why, like originally.
It's very, very possible. I ran into some pretty dickish. What were they called? Like pros on Xbox Live.
Yeah.
They like hired people that go into games, and if you're like breaking rules, they would tattle on you or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, we ran into a couple of those guys before, and they would like straight up they would say like, okay, this person's doing things that are against the terms of service, and they would get kicked from the. We'd see them get kicked from the game.
I never saw that. That's crazy. You must have been hanging out with the wrong crowd, man. What were you doing?
I was. We were nasty on Call of Duty. We were nasty people.
You guys must have been foul. Just the worst. Was it just Renee? So. Was that the people you hung out with? Was it only Renee?
No, this is before I even met her, before like any of the like YouTube or Twitch stuff even happened.
Gotcha. We should also talk about the reason Tally is here. Zeke went to San Diego Comic-Con and came back with like a tumor on his throat, or what? Not a tumor, because he doesn't have cancer, but what was it? A gland or something?
Yeah.
Well, it was like things they had to pop it or something. It exploded.
Like a cyst or something.
Yeah, he went and like had surgery or something like that to get it removed or popped or something. And I think he's feeling a lot better today. He said he doesn't have any more pain, and they gave him some antibiotics and stuff like that. But we had already talked to the truth of it is we had already talked to Tally, and I said, Zeke, you're just not. We got Tally coming on. You're just gonna have to sit it out. So he took the day off, an extra day, which he should. Having just whatever the hell happened in his throat, and I think he's going to be back casting tomorrow. So,
cool.
Rest up, get better, Zeke. Tally's here at the Jeff Ross of drop frames, as he likes. Yeah, he's still rubbing his nipples. That's still a thing. And I just need an excuse because I want to talk MMOs later in the show, and that's what Tally is. He's the MMO guy. He's the go-to guy for MMOs on Twitch, and it's awesome to have another MMO player here on the show because literally falls asleep whenever I bring up except EverQuest.
Yeah,
except EverQuest.
I was gonna say
except EverQuest.
I'm not playing any MMOs right now.
That's true.
But I let it go.
You were all about ArcAge. You and Elohim were just
that's true.
All about ArcAge.
ArcAge is fun. I miss ArcAge.
Dude, to be honest, I'm kind of in a drought right now for MMOs. I'm kind of waiting for that next one that's gonna grab me. It's been too long.
I'm in a drought for video games, man.
This
has been the biggest month or biggest span without like a big AAA title coming out in a very long time. Like Batman came out, and that's it. And that was at the very start.
Dude, it's saving up. It's saving up for the end of this year.
It is going to be crazy.
We go from nothing to like the promised land in like a couple months. It's going to be amazing.
It is going to be real crazy in the fall, and I'm super, super stoked for that. But
say goodbye to your wallets.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. We'll talk about that and a little bit more here later on the show. I want to talk to Diction for a bit. Give him the old interview, talk about where he came from and all that stuff. So where you started on YouTube, right? You were a YouTuber first, then a Twitch person?
Yeah, YouTube for like a year, and then I met my friend Sam I Am Spoon, and he was like live streaming on livestream.com. And that's how I got introduced to live streaming. And so I was on there for a while. Then I moved to Justin TV literally like 2 weeks before they turned into Twitch. And then I've been on Twitch ever since they started, basically.
What did your channel on YouTube has it always had the same content, just kind of your personality on it?
It's always had my personality, but it started with Call of Duty commentaries back in 2010 October, I believe. And so I was like, all I was playing was Call of Duty, and I started watching like Hutch and CNNers, and I was like, oh, I could do this. Kind of, and then I got some janky gear. I had a microphone for a while that picked up a Mexican radio station nearby.
Really?
And so I had to wrap the cord in tinfoil to get this to stop. So there's a couple videos on my channel.
Picking up the frequency, or how the fuck does that
I was just picking up the frequency. So you'd hear like slightly in the background, just like like mariachi music.
Wow.
And so I have a couple videos up on my channel, like way in the past, that you can kind of hear that before I fixed it. And then I guess what got the snowball rolling for me, like popularity wise, I did a commentary called Dual Com with the girl I slept with last night, and it was just improv with my friend Ari, and it was pretty funny, and people just started sharing that all over, and eventually it just kind of like started the climb up, I guess, and viewers and subs and stuff like that.
What is I'm a Dinosaur Roar? It's your most viewed video.
That is
it just crossed 1 million. Did you see that?
It did, yeah. No, it's that video is proof positive that SEO tags and the randomness of YouTube is very much like a factor in popularity. Because that video is literally just me playing Primal Carnage for 10 minutes. There's nothing that special about it. Sure, it's funny and entertaining, but like I made it right when that game was coming out, I believe. And then I think there's a thing with the title and the tags and the thumbnail I used that it keeps getting clicks for some reason. It keeps coming in the search engines or whatever.
That's an interesting point. We had Lyric on the show once upon a time. I don't know why I said that, but a couple months back, and someone ripped the interview with him from the show on Zeke's channel. Like, it was literally Zeke's channel with Rechat on, and ripped the entire first hour of the show and put up on his channel on YouTube. And it had triple the views of the actual recording of Drop Frames, simply because it was like Lyric interview. And that was the name of the video. And so like mine is titled like Drop Frames - Lyric interview. So it wasn't the first thing. And so people would always go to his video first, which was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So name your videos, kids. Name them right.
Yeah,
that
titles.
A bunch of my H1Z1 stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, especially the ones that were from San Francisco. Like, those got ripped, and there was one guy that it was me and like every other person that had done streams from San Francisco. He ripped them all onto his channel, and they all had like thousands and thousands of views.
When you posted yours, was it CohhCarnage H1Z1 or what? You?
Pretty much, yeah. It was. Well, it was no. Actually, it wasn't. It was like live from Sony H1Z1 with CohhCarnage or something. So it didn't have. Yeah, so, and when he did it, he put the streamers H1Z1, and like, that was it.
Random tidbit to bring this back into Twitch. Do you guys care about your titles at all on Twitch? Because I've really stopped caring about like what I title my stream. I think I've just started calling it like Video Game Stream Live.
I've seen that.
Like, that's what I call it stream. Because like the game is there and what you're playing. So it says like playing. So I feel it's redundant to put like H1Z1 playing H1Z1 or something like that, you know? I don't know. What are you guys naming your stream still every single time?
I try to go for like a pun on whatever's happening. Last night I played Nintendo games and I titled it Nintendo Don't Touch That Dial.
Nice.
But that's like the best title I've ever come up with. Most of the time it's just like a mess of just like words that I just like think of right before I go live.
Yeah. I guess on shows I'll kind of do like show name with and then all of the Twitter tags, and that's it. But like Tally or Co, what do you guys do for normal streams? Do you put everything up in there?
I mean, if it's not an MMO and I'm playing like a one of those games that all you variety streamers are playing, I try to make it quirky because I can't play those games well. Yeah. So I'll try to make up like a bad pun or something for like a brand new game. But now when I'm playing MMOs, I'm just like heroic dungeons, slaying dragons, same thing every time.
Yeah. Co, what about you?
I use a kind of formula, and there's two things that I do. First of all, it is kind of important, and a lot of people have noticed this in my titles and have asked me about it, and this is why I tell them. If you put the name of the game you're playing in your title, it'll actually make you show up on searches for the game instead of just people clicking on it. So you will bring in more
on Twitch?
for the people searching for that game. Yes, little tip.
Yeah.
Always want to have the name of the game in your title. And the second thing I do is I use my title to convey any information I'm trying to. So like what I'll normally do is I'll put the name of the game, and then if I have anything like really important, like a new T-shirt or something, I'll put that in brackets before it, and then I'll put a dash what I'm doing in the game, and that right there takes like 10% of my or probably actually more like probably half the questions that are going to come in that day are answered in the title. And then if I'm doing any other like events or promotions, then I'll put a dash and do that. So usually I put like the fact that I'm on a 2-year challenge at the end. I'll put something about my Fallout playthroughs and promote that in there. But basically I just use it to move information around.
Is there a character limit on titles?
Yes, and there always is a character limit on titles, but the limit on Twitch is longer than Twitter. And if you connect your Twitch and Twitter account, then your title will give Twitter an error, and then it will disconnect it, and that will happen every time you try to.
See, my
totally
Twitter,
annoying. It's been a bug since I've used it.
Yeah, my Twitter disconnects every
I don't have
know,
mine
like
connected.
4 or 5 streams, even if the title is completely within the limits.
Yeah.
Oh, see, for me, it's only when I use titles that are too long, or for some reason like don't work properly on
What's
there.
the benefit of having Twitter connected to Twitch? Does it tweet out your stream or something when you go live?
Yeah, automatically tweets it out when you go live.
Okay.
So it takes
And
that,
I think if you stay on a certain amount of time, I've
It'll
noticed
tweet
that.
it?
Yeah, I've noticed some Twitter accounts that I follow, if they have that enabled, like almost every 2 hours on the dot, it'll retweet their stream, but
Yeah.
with a different set of numbers at the end.
Oh.
So yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm wondering if that's some kind of
I
back
know
end
that,
URL monitoring Twitch is doing.
I know that like Dan's Gaming will have his pretty automated, but I think he's doing that through something else. I guess he used to use XSplit or something, but it's not that because I think he's on OBS now. But his is automated as well, so maybe it is the Twitter app that he's using. I don't know. I'll have to ask him because I always see him doing it. I'll see you do it when you change games, you'll tweet out. I've seen you do that before. Trying to think of who else is like a regular, like who are some of the accounts that you've seen that do it every 2 hours? Because I'd love to talk to him to see if that's what it is.
It's the ones, if you see the ones that are 2 hours, you'll see the URL for their Twitch stream and then usually a £sign and 4 numbers. I don't know why they're there, but whatever system it's doing it is adding that on automatically.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what it is. It's tracking. Yep.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, but I'm assuming that was through the Twitch thing, but
yeah,
there may be something else in the mix too.
I don't know.
And JP on mobile, your title does not matter because you see about 3 letters of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which is a huge issue, man.
It is. It's like I'm watching right now.
Frustrating for.
That sucks. Yeah, a lot of times for like show names, especially on like stuff like roleplay where we have like 5 people on there, it's to the point where it just starts to trail off and it just says like ... at the top of the stream. So that's why I'm just like, man, this whole fucking title, it's just pointless. Like I just view it as pointless. And I hate putting commands in there because then people just come into the chat immediately and like start spamming the commands. But I guess it works different for every streamer. So find your own path. There you go, kids. That's it. That's the life advice today. So you came over to YouTube when Spoon started streaming Diction, is that right?
I think he'd been streaming for a while. I met him by dropping into one of his streams.
So he was your first entry into Twitch then?
Essentially, I forget why I made the switch over to Justin TV. I think it was just because it was like they had better like bit rates and they seemed to be like moving the ball forward with like how much better quality you can make
right
over live stream. And the live stream had its own proprietary software which was really limited and terrible, and it was like either that or Wirecast, which you had to pay like $50 for. And back then I wasn't making money doing this, so it was kind of like, okay, I didn't have a job, so I was like, all right, so I'm gonna go with the free version, obviously. But yeah, I forget exactly what brought me over from that to Twitch, but I do remember like I made a Justin TV account, and then very shortly after that, it turned into Twitch, or they built Twitch, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go stream here instead because I'm not like sitting in a chicken coop for 24 hours or whatever they do there.
I was looking up your channel creation. You beat me by 10 days.
Wow, really?
Yeah. You started on your thing was created on the 18th of February in 2011, and mine was on the 28th of February.
Oh wow!
Actually, mine was in 2010. Never mind. Sorry, I'm just blowing.
Wow. Okay. Jeez.
That was not set up. I didn't even realize that.
You steal my heart. What are you doing to me here?
I don't know. For some reason, I thought I was an 11er as well, so I just went with that. Anyways, what did you start off streaming? Like, was it just the Call of Duty? Did you go straight for that?
It was that and Minecraft. I did a lot of Minecraft just because it was easy. It was really easy to stream compared to console stuff because I had like a hop hog and there was a delay.
Oh man, what was using that? I've never used one of those. I've always known what they are, and I've always been interested in using one because it's kind of like, I guess, a relic of streaming. But I never used the hop hog.
Yeah, that was my like the one capture card. I had a couple. I still have my Easy Cap, which I got for $9 on eBay. I have it pinned up on a bulletin board down in my kitchen.
Nice.
As like a relic. But yeah, no, the hop hog was what I used for the majority of my like the beginning of YouTube and Twitch, and then I forget when I switched over, but I switched over to AverMedia pretty shortly after Twitch started up. But yeah, no, that was the delay What? And there was no way to offset that. There was no way for you to like change the delay like in OBS. You can change the audio and video delay so it matches it. Couldn't do that. So I did a lot of Skyrim back when it came out, and there was a lot of me reacting to something, and then it happens 4 seconds later. which
just because
really,
the audio sync was a pain in the ass.
Exactly. It's just like, yeah. So the interaction was definitely not there back then. A lot of people in the chat were just kind of like, "What is he?" Oh, okay.
Did you have like the box? Was it like the box HoppPod? Or
yeah, mine was that big fat box.
Are you saying it the right way? Is that how you're supposed to say it? HoppPod?
I think it's Hoppog.
Hoppog? Yeah. I don't know.
Howpouge? I always call it a Hoppog.
I think it's Hoppage.
Hoppage?
Like Hoppage? Okay.
I think.
Are they still making capture cards?
Is it French?
Yeah.
I had to get something else from them recently. It wasn't a capture card, but I had to get another device from them. I remember because I heard they made the old cards. So
they're an American-based company. This is like a European-based company. What? Nope, they're totally American.
They're still doing stuff, and they're still making them boxes.
Yeah, they've got the HD PVR. I don't know what that is. The HD PVR rocket. I wonder if that's like the pocket-sized one. What is the Colossus?
The one I had was the Hoppog 1212 HD PVR.
Yeah.
And that thing, oh man. Bringing back memories. Yeah, there was no HDMI back then to plug into, so you had to do it all with the green, blue, and red cables and stuff. Oh man, memories.
Yeah. I know I was looking at capture cards. Confirmed it's pronounced Hop-Og.
Hop-Og?
Is that from chat, or where did you find that, Tally?
It's some guys on their forums.
Oh, how do you
pronounce it? And some initially said it's pronounced Hop-Og. I'm like, okay.
Nice. Well, I've always wanted to just see one of their. I've never gotten one because I got on the Avermedia train pretty early, like you were saying. But there you go, Hop-Og guys, or Hop-Og.
Hop-Og.
I'm never gonna get that right. I don't know. Anyways. When did Fucked Up Friday become a thing?
Oh man,
that's kind of where I know you from, or I guess I met you first.
I met Renee back in the stream, my early stream days. She showed up as she's gonna hate me for this. Miss Doesn't Miss was her old username, and she did Call of Duty stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did Call of Duty stuff too, and so we became friends through my Twitch chat, and then we started making videos together every so often. And then, like, once she started streaming, we started doing the Fucked Up Friday together. And it was just me and her for a while. And then she dropped out of the internet scene for a couple months and then came back as Lol Renee. And then, so we started doing it again. And then I introduced her to Max. And then they became an item. And then he joined the stream. And then from then on, it was the three of us.
And that was...
I don't know the timeline exactly. But
you guys have been around. I didn't realize how long that show had been around. But it's been around for a while.
Yeah. Like 2012, I think. Maybe it was when we started doing that.
Is there... you guys don't put VODs of that anywhere, right? It's just only Twitch and that's it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay. I was going to try to figure out if I could... I'm just looking at videos of Miss Doesn't Miss now and spamming them to...
Are they there? Do people...
Yeah, I just found I Am Spoon server, Meet Miss Doesn't Miss. So this is back in 2011.
She's in the little boat?
Yeah.
I remember that.
These are... Oh, there's also livestream.com, Miss Doesn't Miss.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Diction. Thank you very much for all this.
You're welcome. I just gave you more ammunition against her.
It's going to be great.
Never going to hear the end of this.
Yeah, exactly. And then now what do you stream? Is it just kind of like a variety channel? Is that what you would call yourself?
Yeah, definitely variety channel. I have like ADD, so like it's really hard for me to stick to like a certain game, especially if I see like viewership dropping, like people are losing interest in it, then I kind of lose interest in it, and I want to do something that's a little more rambunctious and fun. So yeah, it's pretty much. I mean, I'm doing a lot of Fallout 3 modded recently.
Yeah.
And Rocket League, because it's Rocket League. Undefeated on Rocket League.
Undefeated. What?
Undefeated.
What are you doing? Ones or what?
No, we did. Fucked Up Friday was like the first time I did like pubs, and we didn't lose a single match. We had Alaskan Savage who had never touched the game before.
Oh, you're doing 3v3?
Yeah, we're doing 3v3, and we just like 4v4.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And we won like 10-2 in one match. It was
nice.
Pretty. Yeah,
Renee's kind of like a closet sleeper in that game. Like She's really good at that game, but she never plays it, and I don't understand it at all. She did some like when we were playing with her a week and a half ago. I guess that was the night that you were out 2 weeks ago for whatever reason.
Yeah, I was out and about.
Yeah, she did some crazy shots, and we were all just like, Renee, you haven't. We've been playing this game for like 30 hours at this point. Like, how? Go fuck yourself. We were just really upset at that. But cool. Yeah. That's Eat My Addiction in a nutshell. A short interview, because we didn't really have a topic for this week because there's nothing to talk about. So we're just gonna talk about what we've been playing on streams, which is probably some interesting. I think everyone's kind of going into the reserves right now. Is how I've seen a lot of streamers. At least I have. I've just been playing random shit. So Co, we haven't heard from you that much, but
the drought.
It is the drought. Yeah. Co, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Terraria.
Yeah, I saw you entered hard mode or whatever this week, right?
Yep. I don't know why I kind of skipped the first time, but I never really got far in it. And with the 1.3 update, I've just been going absolutely ham. There is so much content in that game. It's kind of crazy.
What I guess did you kill every boss on the normal expert mode or whatever it's called?
Yes, I'm on expert mode, medium core right now on the largest world, and I've beaten everything up to a boss named Plantera, which is named nicely after Pantera.
Yeah, I don't think I ever fought him or her.
Yeah, I spent a good maybe 45 minutes today making an arena just to fight him, and I didn't even get like a third of the way through. I've got a bunch more to do still, but yeah, it's been absolutely wild, and I keep coming up with new projects, and I'm building this kind of big base structure, and I keep changing it around and stuff. It's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun.
When do because I know there was whatever that number, I guess 800 is the number they're touting for the new items in the game. Do those only come into like hard mode, or are they just throughout all of expert mode? Because I feel like all the stuff that we had was from the original game for the most part.
I'm going to be honest with you. I never really played it a while back.
Yeah,
so I didn't get far
new.
at all. I can't even tell you like what's normal and what's new. And all I can tell you is there is a ton. Like everywhere I go and every time I go anywhere to any degree or to any caliber, do any kind of exploring, I almost always find something new. I mean, just today, I didn't know Uzis were in the game. So now I have an Uzi. So I'm walking around with a, strat with a gat. It's great. Nice. And, we're getting bullets that like go around corners and shit, all Matrix and Equilibrium style. I mean, it's just, there's so much cool stuff in that. It's absolutely wild.
I didn't know those existed. What, in terms of like the map, have you had to because when you go into hard mode, it doesn't reset the map. So like how much of the map have you discovered?
I've probably uncovered like 20 to 30%. Not too much. There's a bunch of like deep areas and biomes that I haven't really explored that are still black. But that being said, like I've got like a quarter of hell discovered, the entire surface, all the sky. I built like these giant arenas. My whole base has like a 5-block wall around it, and I'm making artificial biomes. I have this arcology build of all these artificial biomes under the planet, so I can like do all these crazy fishing things from like this one column. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's been interesting.
What does fishing give you in that game? I know you could fish, but what is the benefit of it?
So much loot, it's insane.
Really? You get a bunch of loot from it?
Gold items, stuff that you can't get anywhere else. You have to build this cell phone that gives you like all sorts of data and does all sorts of stuff, and a lot of those components come from fishing. Tons of money, tons of potion materials, which I have like in a whole underground garden and like greenhouse kind of deal. So I do a lot of the potion stuff. Just tons and tons of stuff come from there. And it's always lucrative. Even if you have everything, you can just sell it for tons of money.
Are you still playing by yourself?
Yep. My goal right now is to beat a mob called the Moon Lord.
What is that?
Solo medium core on expert difficulty. It is apparently one of the most like ridiculous bosses that these types of games have seen. People have told me straight up like prepare to, no matter how good you get and how much time you spend in it, spend potentially hours doing this solo. And a lot of prep for it too. I haven't even looked into it. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know any of the bosses after the one I'm doing. I'm purposefully like blinding myself to the game so I can kind of
that's the way to play it.
On Steam. But yeah, it's been getting up to that point and up until now has been a blast. In fact, I didn't even know this. My art guy Triwar and my web guy Roderick just completely reskinned our forums for the Terraria stuff and
nice.
Like went and did that. So it's become an ordeal out of nowhere too. I mean, I sat down with it expecting to play it an afternoon.
Wait, what is all this? Is this a mod up here in the top right? Like all these timers?
No, that's my cell phone. So that's tons of information.
What?
Like the weather,
you can make
location.
a cell phone?
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. And I can it tells me like if rare mobs are nearby, rare metal, like what the status of the moon is, which tells me if I can go harvest some specific things, like all sorts of stuff.
I didn't know there was a cell phone in that game. Is 455 the max life?
500 is. You can
500
get
is.
up to 500 with the red hearts, and then that after you defeat the 3 mechanical bosses, which start kind of in the hard mode, all this fruit spawns, and you can go and like pick it up in the jungle.
Have you found? I found when I played this game, it was one of those games where Twitch chat likes to tell you everything. Are you having to like put it into sub mode whenever you play it because of that reason?
Well, no. And here's what's good. What I found with Terraria is I ask a lot of questions. Obviously, in fact, my whole stream is like me asking questions about stuff, and it has been incredible how much good information I've gotten back. Very rarely is the information wrong. It is sometimes, but 90% of those times it's because the person just didn't know, or it was in a last patch a different way, things like that. But no, it's been great. In fact, I can't imagine doing this solo without something like Twitch chat, because I reference and go to them so often that it's it's to the point now where they're telling me items to wiki and like what to do and how to build specific ways. Like today I set up this Rails system. I didn't even know you could get switches in Rails. So now when I drive my minecart,
and rails.
Yeah, so I have like this brick wall on actuators, and like my minecart goes up to it, triggers it to go down, so it goes through, it just rolls through, and then another button closes it. So now I have these hard walls on each side of my base that my minecart can just roll through. And then like I set up all this lava with a retractable glass bridge, and chat was helping me figure out the wiring and stuff for that. So I mean, it's really positive. And in fact, I think sub mode would kind of take away from it in that case.
Are you kind of approaching this game like Minecraft then? Because looking at your current game, whatever I'm looking at, it looks like you are. It looks like you're going the Minecraft route here.
The big thing, and I've been getting this question the entire time I've been playing this, is you're playing Terraria, why aren't you a Minecraft streamer? This, and a lot of people have been like, we love what you're seeing here. Can you stream Minecraft for us and stuff like that? And my answer is the same every time. I can't get into Minecraft with those big ass blocks. It's too there's not. It's not for me. I don't know how else to say it. I've tried to like Minecraft. I've played Minecraft. It's fun to take it in small doses, but it's not something that I can just like jump into. Also, one of the things I really like about Terraria, especially since I've heard since this last update, there's always progression. You're always like, okay, I need this set of armor or this item or this ore. And all these little items you don't need to get but can, like the cell phone, for instance, are like side quests that you kind of set up and do yourself. So it's the thing I'm loving so far is I've been playing Terraria now. Jesus, I don't even know. Now that I'm thinking, I'd have to look on my YouTube, but I've probably been playing it 50 plus hours.
Look on Steam.
And I still, I played it a lot before and I leave games open. So
okay,
Steam,
gotcha.
But
gotcha.
I'm like 50 plus hours in, and I still have like a 5 deep checklist. Right now I can tell you, the 5 things I need to get farm light souls, dark souls, I need more fortified armor, I need to fight the planter, I need to get 4 more things for my base, I need to fix my glass bridge. Like I have a laundry list of things I need to do, and I'm 50 hours into the game.
Yeah.
So it's been wild. There are very few games like that. And also I've been told with Minecraft there's not really that kind of rail system in Minecraft. It's more of kind of like the big sandbox thing. Everything's kind of lateral instead of the more like you're driving forward the whole time.
I feel like the eventual thing that people do in Minecraft is just build some crazy something. Like whether it's a house or whether they go big and build like the fucking Enterprise or who knows. That's the thing that you do in Minecraft, right? With Terraria, it's like there's kind of that MMO loop progression, which is I think what it ticked into me a little bit when I was playing. Then I played it mostly because my friends were playing it, and that's where I got my enjoyment out of it. But I can see like the MMO appeal, or the appeal to someone who's played a lot of MMOs before. But I don't know. Tally, have you played any Terraria?
Yeah, for like 20 minutes, and then I rage quit.
Yeah,
so.
What was the issue for you?
I don't know, man. It's just, I guess it's one of those games where, like you said, where the chat's just like spamming you with what to do, and it's like really overwhelming at the beginning. I feel like I have to play Terraria and just play it by myself just for a couple of hours with a nice big cup of, George T. Stagg or something, and just go at it for like a couple of hours and try to learn it on my own instead of having like an overwhelming chat just yelling at you what to do, what you're doing right, what you're not doing right, and all this other garbage. But I mean, I've been watching Code do it a few times, and he seems to be having so much fun that I'm extremely jealous, because I wish that I could play a game this involved and have as much fun as he is. But I played it on my sub Sunday for like 20 minutes. I was like, I gotta stop playing. I can't do this anymore.
I will say when I was playing with friends, time ticked away very, very fast when I played this game. Like we played for like 8 hours straight, and it felt like I'd only been streaming for 30 minutes when we ended the stream.
What's the difference with friends and solo? I never understood that.
Like, I think it was me and Strippin just go on these like really stupid fucking adventures, and then we would come back and Anne would like have the house built, and so that was our reward. We'd go out and like get nothing for doing whatever the fuck we were doing, and we come back and there'd be like this amazing house that Anne's built. It's like, yeah, it looks great, it looks awesome, and then, all right, well, we're gonna go die a bunch. See you later. We come back like an hour later, and the house looks even better. So like, it was the idea that like stuff was actually happening, whether or not we were actually progressing. I think was maybe the big thing that I enjoyed there.
It takes away the overwhelming aspect of like loading the world and having nothing to your name and having to figure out how to turn that nothing into what you're seeing on screen right now, which is Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, like you can tell the code's been at this for a while for sure. And I'm
it's
sure
a lot
like,
less trial and error if you're doing it with other people too.
Well,
like if you die, you can go back and be like, hey, can I get a sword real quick so I can go get my stuff? And then it's like, oh, here you go, here's a sword, you know.
Right. It's that, and Jesus, you can go fast on it. It's the trial and error that like with friends. So like if there's error, everyone's there to like laugh at it with you.
Yeah.
Or at you in some cases.
Mostly at.
Yeah, mostly at for sure. Why are you going faster on this? Do you have like rocket propelled minecart?
Yep. Yep,
Okay.
that's actually exactly what I have. Yeah, you get 3 parts off 3 bosses and build a basically rocket thing. But just by the way, I said 50 hours. My YouTube guy Red Eye actually just informed me it's actually 86 hours I've been playing.
Yeah.
So that game is 86 hours
looks
old.
like a lot. And you've got a pretty good Minecraft cart thing or minecart thing across the map. But
I make that mistake the whole time, dude.
I said Minecraft the very first time I saw it.
Minecraft rail like 5 times, not even missed a beat. I'd have to look back at chat and be like, "You said Minecraft," and I was like, "No, I did." Oh, did I?
Yeah. The first time I saw, it, I was like, "Hey, we got the Minecraft cart," and everyone was like, "That's not what it's." Hey, it's the Minecraft cart. So that's what we rolled with. But yeah, I wish I found kind of like Tally. I wish I found the interest that you have apparently found to continue playing solo, but I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it.
Let's do it, JP. Me and you. We can do this.
You want to do it?
We can do it.
You want to start?
Defeat the Moon Lord. That's your goal. If you ever want to enter Terraria and say like, I want a goal, defeat the Moon Lord.
I'm in like hard mode, so I guess he's reachable at some point in hard mode, right?
Yeah, dude, that's like the first kind of big hump. That's when everything becomes like, you're starting your end game progression.
Now I remember. We were talking about this last week. Like I hit hard mode and then we summoned the 2 eyes or whatever.
The twins,
yep. Yeah, and they wrecked us.
That's a tough fight, man. I had to build a giant arena to do that, and the first time that I fought it, like I got wrecked. Yeah. I got totally wrecked.
Yeah, it's funny to me too, or not funny, but it's interesting that the resurgence of this game has had. Like this game came out in 2011.
Yeah.
And like here's a patch, and now it's averaging like I don't know the actual number, but it averages a lot of viewers on Twitch as a game, like 10K plus easy.
Dude. Me, Richard Hammer, Cobalt Streak. In fact, Diction was just I Am Spoon. I've been watching I Am Spoon more than ever lately. He has been doing Terraria a ton, and he has an awesome base. And Cobalt Streak and them have like a pirate ship in lava. I mean, it's wild. This 1.3 patch is a great example of how if a developer really cares about their game, puts some time into it, even after release, and releases something big for free, dude, or people are flocking back to it. There was a German streamer that was averaging 15K viewers on this yesterday, and people just been bouncing around all over the place, getting tons of a great game for new streamers. Terraria right now, so hot for new streamers. I've seen people 3, 5, 10 times their normal viewers in Terraria.
Yeah, I think that I forget do you remember the German streamer's name? Because I feel like he has a YouTube channel that was primarily Terraria based. So I think
I'm gonna mispronounce it, but I think it's like Piet Schmidt or something like that. It's like it's Piet, I think, and then another word.
I'll ruin it more than you will. So
I dropped by. I didn't really understand what he was saying, but he seemed like a really cool dude. He was like laughing and interacting with chat and stuff. So and he had a really cool build going on. So
I feel like, just on a random tangent, I feel like the German community on Twitch is really getting massive. Like Rocket Beans gets so many viewers, and it's all German. 100% German. They were they were on TV prior to coming to Twitch, but that community is definitely like blowing up on Twitch more so than any other language-based community that I've seen on I guess Al Capone is Spanish. I think there are some other Spanish-only streams
too. French.
Who? Oh yeah, that's true. There are some French, but yeah, it's crazy to see those streams because it's like Koh said, you go in there, and we just have no idea what the fuck's going on, but everyone's going crazy, like everyone's losing it. It's awesome.
It's kind of fun going to his stream because I didn't speak his language, but we were both kind of around the same part of the game. So a lot of what he was doing, like I could understand, and I was fully engrossed in the stream and everything. I didn't even really need to know what he was saying to still really enjoy watching it. And I bet it would be that way with a lot of games, especially like MMOs and stuff around endgame and things. It made me kind of more interested in checking out streams that aren't in English.
Yeah. It's a weird. Twitch is a weird world out there. We'll come back to see what else you've been playing. Let's try. We'll do one game per person, and we'll just go until we're done. Tally, what have you been playing? What's the one game that you're going to talk about right now?
Skyforge, actually.
I've seen you play this.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Skyforge? What?
It's another MMO. I think it's from Russia, is where it originated, and I guess they've been having a bunch of like closed beta, and now they're hitting open beta tomorrow. So it's going to be just like everyone downloads it for free and plays it. It's like this crazy mix between like Destiny and Terra and Neverwinter.
Is it all instance? Because like everything I've seen you do seems like it was in a small area.
Yeah, like basically the whole, in a nutshell, the whole premise of the game is like you're an immortal and you're trying to become a god. And immortals, you're basically like a guardian angel. You're looking upon the universe and your people are calling upon you to help them. So you stand in this observatory and there's just this big globe in the middle of the room. And it's kind of like Destiny. You kind of like click on the globe and then wherever people need your help, there's like a little quest marker and you choose that area. Then it's instance. Then you either can go solo or with a group, or some of them require you to go with a group. And then there's actually no leveling in the game. Well, there's leveling, but there's not like 1 through 100, 1 through 50. You level kind of like if you ever played the Secret World, like the better gear you have, you get a progression level.
I've heard people really enjoyed that type of progression system with Secret World.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I love it when like the better gear you get from getting better drops, and once you equip it, your progression level gets higher. I think you see it right there. It might be under my advertisement thing. It should be a number there.
Oh,
and like
yeah,
the higher that number, like the more access you have to like dungeons. Like once you hit progression 2000, that's when you hit like your first dungeon and so forth. And yeah, and they have like the whole founders pack thing, and like it's brand new.
Is it sci-fi? Like what is if you had to like put this in a setting?
Would I say sci-fi MMO?
It seems kind of all over the place.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's very stylish. Like the character creation was just a riot when we did it. It was totally out of control. Very, very Russian, Korean-ish. Black Desert-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And jigglies, and and you can either basically like your gear doesn't actually show on you when you get it, because you only wear your weapon, your rings, and there was something else, and I guess your shield or offhand or whatever. And you could just basically walk around like in a suit and tie and be tanking if you want. Like
really?
I wear different outfits. You used to be able to just tank in your underwear if you wanted to. I guess they took that away. I don't know why. That was so awesome. And but yeah, like you could just wear like robot outfits. Like it has like 13 or 14 classes. Each class has its own outfit you can unlock, and then you get to wear that outfit no matter what class you are.
I've heard there's like a lot of classes in this too, like 14 or 15 or some shit like that.
Yeah, there's a few. It's pretty cool, and the way and like the talent system is different than getting your stats up. What was it? Was it Final Fantasy X that had the grid?
Had the sphere grid.
Yeah, they have like almost the exact same thing. It's like a sphere grid, and like as you're completing these dungeons, you get like these sparks, and blue sparks higher your stamina, or bonus damage, whatever, maybe I don't even remember. But you basically just work your way through the spheres, and that's how you unlock classes. So you can either choose to pay for like 2 free classes with like the max edition, or as you're gathering more sparks and you're leveling up your progression higher and higher, you just go along the grid until you hit a class that you want to unlock, and you get to choose the path to get to that grid. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, the voice acting is it's like it's bad.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah. It's pretty rough. It's really terrible. But once you get past that, like these little scenes you're watching here, it's like really cringeworthy. And but I mean, the story is okay, but I love the combat and the progression system and the gearing and the way you level up. I love it.
How many hours have you put into it already?
I played the early closed beta, but since it came out to early access, probably like around 20.
Have you done a like a dungeon yet?
No, I'm getting close to it though. I'm like 200 progression points away, so I'm like an hour or two more away. Tomorrow I'll hit my first dungeon probably. So
Okay, I might have to
see how that is.
Is it like what is the end game in this? Do you have any idea? Have
No.
people talked to you about it?
No, I hear there's 10-man raids.
10-man raids. That's an interesting.
Yeah, I know there's PvP. I did that once, but that was kind of out of control. I don't think they have that quite balanced yet. But yeah, I really have no idea what the end game is. I'm hoping there is some pretty solid end game.
I'm gonna skip ahead here in the video while you're talking to this guy.
There it is.
This is the progression grid, right?
Yeah, that's one of them. There's two. There's one for specifically your class to like unlock all of the other classes, and then there's different ones. That's the abilities window right
Jesus,
there.
That's a lot on the screen.
And I love their interface. I like their interface for how to get to your inventory and your abilities. It's almost like you're browsing the internet or something. It's pretty cool.
That looks really. Jesus, that's a lot. That's like in your face giant UI. Everywhere.
It's great. Yeah, and like the
I don't know
UI.
what internet you're using, but this is something else entirely.
I like it. It's
What browser are you on?
AlienNet. I'm just kidding. That's the name of it. But yeah, you can see like that's basically what you can wear for your inventory. You got like 4 rings, a sword, and there's probably other stuff that comes in later because there's other slots there. But yeah, but right now I think I can only on the left you can actually change your class like at will. So if you're in a dungeon and I'm playing a paladin and someone else is already playing a paladin, I can play a berserker and just switch if I already unlocked the class.
Oh, nice. And there's no like penalties for that.
I don't think so. No, not that I know of.
I guess the gear can't be used for that class, right? Unless you have the gear for it.
Yeah, I know that eventually you just I know with the founders pack that I got like a founders legendary weapon for each class. So
they have like the stats over here is out of control on the right hand side.
Yeah, and I only know what like 3 of them mean. So
yeah, like temper. They have a violence stat. You know,
I don't know what that means. No, I'm not.
If you want to be violent,
it's so much. I care about like proficiency and stamina and valor, and that's pretty much about it.
What? How easy is it to get into this right now? I said it was closed beta, right?
Yeah, it's open beta tomorrow.
It's open beta. Okay, so
well, I guess in a few hours, like whatever Russian midnight is.
Yeah, probably in a couple hours. I'm not gonna try to do the math.
Yeah, it's very, dude. It's very like linear. It's like go here, go here, go here, and you can choose to like not follow the story and like go to other places on the observatory globe, and just grind out and level up more if you'd like to, or you just go right through the story. But eventually, you hit a part of the story where it's like you can't continue anymore. You have to be like 600 progression with your gear or your whole your character to be able to hit this dungeon. So then you got to go back and do like impossible. There's like impossible, hard, normal. Difficulties.
Oh, so there is some like variance to it. It's not grinding the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, but yeah, it's nowhere like nothing like sandbox related or anything like that. And then the whole guild system, it's weird. I don't understand. It's called the Pantheon, and eventually you can have like your own guild area. And I don't know. I haven't dug into that yet. Maybe a couple months from now, if I'm here again, I can give you an update on how the guild stuff.
I like how the it kind of looks like Final Fantasy with the weapons at a very early level. Like the relic weapons look really cool. I don't know if these are normal weapons or like an actual relic weapon, but they look fucking sick with your sword and the shield with the rotating.
Yeah, those are the legendary ones you get with the Founders Pack. They got to reel you in with something, bro. You know what I'm saying?
With the 20 or so hours you put into it, how do you feel about the game overall? Like, is this something that you're looking forward to playing tonight? It's kind of like on your mind, like one of those MMOs you can really get into, or is it more of just kind of like I'll play this when I have some free time kind of thing?
Yeah, man. Usually what I do now is I stream twice a day on my raid days now. So in the morning I do my like little dailies in World of Warcraft, and then I just play whatever MMO I'm looking to play. And lately it's been between this and Final Fantasy, and I've been choosing this, and I'm pretty sure me and JP will talk about that later.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, that's what I tell everyone. When it comes to MMOs, I'm always the Blizzard fanboy. I'm always going to be playing the WoW over anything. But whatever's new and it currently has me occupied and excited, I'm going to play that game. So, I mean, I see some longevity. I want to get to the point in this game where I can get to the end game, and that's where I usually judge all my MMOs is the end game.
You have to, right? Yeah.
Yeah. If the end game can capture me, then I'll continue playing it, and I'll have fun doing so, no matter what. But I mean, I love the game. I think it's really good.
It's interesting looking. I can see some things that are like, yeah, that's definitely an open beta. Like, I wonder if they plan on adding art to the maps, or if it's going to be like that same simplistic looking design. Or
yeah, I mean, and that's why I compared it kind of like to Destiny, because in Destiny how people just kind of grind out different quests, but they always take place like in the same moon, and it just looks the same. You're just fighting a different monster.
I don't know how people do that.
It's almost the same here. Like, hopefully once I level up further, I start to go to use them. But I think this is like called Factory 501. I've been here for like 2 different quests already, but it's like the same layout, and I think it's the
layout
same
every
bosses.
time.
Yeah, but it does change in the future, because I've watched other live streams where they don't even go here anymore. You eventually go to way different areas. But that's where this separates from Destiny. Destiny, you kind of always have to go back to like the moon or wherever to fight something. Here, you only do it for like a couple of 100 progression points, then you move on to the next area.
What's the last question I asked? What's the leveling like? Does it take a long time?
20 hours. I've gotten to 1,800 progression, and
what is quote unquote like? Is there a max? It doesn't look like it, because it goes.
I don't
up
think
to
so.
Like
Some people tell them. Some people, I see some people in chat going like 10K progression.
Well, I mean, that number goes up to 999 million. So maybe that's the cap.
I may possibly. I have no idea. Someone told me 60K in chat. I don't know, man.
That seems kind of crazy.
Maybe someone in your chat or in Coach chat might be able to say, might know the number, but I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm playing it. I'm just playing it day by day and seeing how it goes.
And what a lot of people are asking, what's the name of it again?
Skyforge.
Skyforge. Okay, and it's going into open beta later today, so it'll probably be a giant clusterfuck of getting in the servers like it always is.
Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow morning when I play it, and then I won't be able to. But we need more people, because I keep getting, because what happens in the dungeons is the matchmaking is, I just found out, terrible today. So you're like in an impossible like 3-man trying to finish your quest, and you get put with like 2 other paladins. So it's like 3 paladins in one group, and you're just wiping. I wiped for like an hour and 10 minutes before the drop frames here, and we didn't actually finish it until I slowly kicked the other paladins one by one. I'm such an asshole.
No, man, you got to do that. You have to be an asshole.
You have to, until we got like a support and a DPS to finish it properly. So they got to work on little things like that, like the matchmaking.
Yeah, the only time I can be a nice person in an MMO is when everyone's actually good. Because otherwise, I'll just, like, that's what MMOs are to me, is like you single out the one bad person and then you just shit on them until they eventually leave. We'll talk about Final Fantasy, but I got.
You know what, JP? I hate to say it, but I do the exact.
You
same
have to.
thing,
That's what you do.
Just in the nicest way possible.
I give them a few chances. I know if I'm like, when we were doing the 3 paladin thing, I was like, all right, we're gonna try this one more time, and if not, I'm just gonna convince one of the paladins to kick the other paladin. I'm just gonna convince a new guy to kick the current paladin, then we can continue this shit. You know,
I'm doing that shit, man. Holy crap!
When it takes a team to complete an objective, and it's something you want to complete, and there's reasons you can't do it.
Yeah,
they're not you can't fix it. Like,
you gotta kill the reason.
It's your responsibility for everyone else in the party to try to complete it.
I think anyone that's done quote unquote hardcore raiding or raiding of any type always has done a raid where there's been like that one guy that's been the reason that you've wiped for 4 hours. And I hate when I'm in that group and whoever's leading won't kick him out because he's kind of a nice guy. Like, I'll be the dick. I'll be the fucking Dark Knight of that group and tell him to get the fuck out because you're ruining everyone's time.
There was this notorious raid in Rift where there were these walls and this mob held up an orb and called a name. And if that one person didn't run outside of the walls to break line of sight, then he would explode, stay alive, but wipe everyone around him. So you'd know exactly who's screwed up.
Yeah.
And oh my Lord. I mean, just like you're talking about, when you have people, it's brutal. It's brutal. When you've had people that have been in the guild, like this guild family for 3 years, right? Everyone's really close and friendly and everyone is just as tight as they can be. And this one guy messes up 3 times in a row and puts the raid back an hour and like tensions are rising. There's very few real life experiences that can get that like tension and stress. Like it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I did like the whole raid with your friends thing, and I think it lasted about 3 weeks. And then at the end of that, I was like, guys, I can't do this anymore because I hate you as a person and as a video game. You are a terrible fucking player. I was like, how fucking
you should be like a world
uninviting you to my
raider or something. You should be like a world first raid leader. The way with your attitude, like
I was in a very high end guild, and I realized that like that it goes down. I go down a very dark path, and so I just stopped.
Dude, you're not kidding. You have to when you're in a guild, but either leading or in a guild, you have to make a decision.
You do.
Do you want to be successful, or do you want to have a good time with friends?
Yeah.
And when when you pick one of those, you have to dedicate. You either keep wiping and do it with smiles while you're all getting drunk and drinking and it's fine, or you kick out the people that are screwing you up and you beat the damn boss.
Yeah.
You got to pick one or you're in for a bad time.
Even today, it gets pretty intense. I don't want to spend too much on this because we're not really like the foremost authority of it. But over the weekend, there was some, I guess not allegations. There was a CS player that said he was taking Adderall to play in tournaments, right? And that's whatever. I've already known all that stuff's happening, etc. But the interesting part to me was that I didn't know, and Tyler, maybe you can speak to this. Apparently for Blood Legion's app, in their recruitment a while ago, and part of their recruitment post our recruitment thread, rating prep thread is what it was. Yeah. It tells you to take Adderall, and that it will help you.
Find it.
It'll help you in the rating. And this was from a Reddit comment, so I don't know how true it is, but a lot of people are telling me the same thing. That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy.
It's pretty insane.
I didn't know it got that insane at like the top tier of MMO rating guilds. They're like telling you to take.
Dude, okay. We got to be careful about this. That has to be a room. Like that's ludicrous. If you can perform your rating ability, there's no reason you would need to take drugs. And telling people they have to, like, I can't think. If this is valid, whoever wrote that is an imbecile.
No, I have it right here. You want me to read it? I have it right here. The sentence you're talking about.
See, this is the paste bin.
This was like a Blood Legion. Like,
this is from 2013 though, so we're bringing up old shit. But yeah, I just thought this was crazy.
This was like from before they were about to progress on a raid tier, and I think it's like the raid leader giving everyone instructions on, hey, this is about to get serious. You know, we need to get this world first, and then the last paragraph goes, if you
hey, we're about to pop your pills.
No. Well, it was like the week before, before like heroic raids come on in World of Warcraft, they give you like a 1 to 2 week period before you start the race against the other guilds in the world. And it says here, if you plan on taking Adderall or some sort of amphetamine or amphetamine derivative at any point, you need to make an extra effort to stay hydrated and properly fed. Okay, CNS stimulants of this sort speed metabolism and suppress appetite, which means that the tendency is to burn more energy and take in less. Dehydration is also common, as amphetamines are a strong diuretic. Diuretic, is that how you say it?
Diuretic, yeah.
Diuretic. Additionally, I'm not sure if this would be relevant for low dosage and or short-term usage, but amphetamines commonly cause dry eyes and dry mouth. Keep moisturizing eye drops on hand, as eye dryness will result in fuzzy vision when staring at a computer screen over a long period of time. You feel like it's a troll?
See, but reading that is actually good.
Hold on. That was very different from telling someone.
Yeah. See, I think everyone took it to the extreme.
If you're going to do it anyway, here are some precautions to make sure.
See, that's actually good. They're putting that in there.
This is like that's actually kind of I was going to say that's actually kind of good, because if someone was say making the mistake of doing it, they could read that and be like, oh, okay, I've never taken this. This is like it's a little bit different than what we.
No, I thought it was like if you're going to raid with those
kind of encouraging though to people that are like not doing it, like,
right.
Oh, so wait, this can make me a little bit better at rating. Oh, okay, I'll do this laundry list of like checkpoints to make sure I don't like die or have a heart attack.
That's
but
good.
Thank you for telling me how to take out Adderall responsibly.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
I will say, regardless, it's weird though. Just even talking about drugs while raiding, that's kind of like that's weird. And I will say it does clearly say that people that are raiding in that guild are taking Adderall. So they are establishing that as a standard, which is in itself an interesting message to send.
I guess I knew people like during the Wrath of Lich King that I played with that would like pop Adderall in the first, like the opening 48 hours or whatever, so they could hit cap level. Especially for Wrath of Lich King, like leveling to what was that? 60 to 70? No, 7 to 80. Yeah. It took a long time, that expansion. Probably more than any other expansion. Maybe Burning Crusade was a little bit longer, but I don't remember exactly. But yeah, I guess it's not too out of the ordinary for it. I just thought that was kind of weird that the way that people were telling me about it was like, the raid leader said to take Adderall. From the way that you just read it, that was not the case. That was it was literally.
It's like he knows that some of his members take it and that they're thinking about taking it. So here's what to do so you don't fuck up our world first stuff. Yeah.
It's not as bad. It's not as bad.
I used to do the world first leveling stuff right after expansions and stuff dropped. And
I love doing that, but I wouldn't do any of the drugs.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
It's a crazy competitive thing, man. It gets really intense. The longest I've ever been up ever at one time by far has been during those.
Yeah, same here. That was when I could actually like push myself to do that. now at like I start getting fucking stupid at 20 hours. I'm just like, well, it's not fun anymore. I'm just gonna go sleep. So that's life at 28, guys. Have fun. Look forward to that. Anyways, you gonna keep playing this game, Tally? You said you're gonna keep leveling, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it level and see where the end game goes. Like, I usually play all these new MMOs until the first dungeon, and the first dungeon gives me a little bit of like, all right, I could do this. Then yeah, I'll definitely keep hitting it.
Are there servers, or is there a mega server? Like, how does it work?
I think it's a mega server because I just literally log in
and it just puts you in game.
I don't remember choosing a server. I don't think they did. No.
I know a lot of MMOs these days are going for like the mega server approach because it takes out that aspect of like, well, what server are you on? Oh, it's locked. I can't get in. Blah blah blah. So,
yeah, pretty much.
That's good. Diction, what have you been streaming, man?
Yeah, a lot of Fallout 3. Just because the hype for 4 is kind of like, hey, let's go back in time.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, the game crashes every so often, but I have it on my SSD, so it's really easy to just load it back up. Plus, I have a mod that saves like every 10 seconds or something, so it's like, yeah, it's really hard to like get fucked over.
That's good.
Doing a lot of that. Doing a lot of Smash Brothers. Just because I don't know, like I always want to play it on Fucked Up Friday, but Max and Renee refuse to play it.
They don't like that game at all.
They don't like it, and their complaint is like they're not good at it. I'm like, I'm not good at it. None of us are, so that makes it even. Like we're all gonna be.
I think I played it when I was on there the first time with you guys.
Yeah, and it's like, and like, there's a lot of really cool mini games like Smash Ball, and my friend Tom made one where your goal is to basically use these items to pull people out of the arena and into the sky, and then it kills them. And it's like it's really cool, but like they never want to play it. They want to play Mario Kart, which they rage at anyway. So I've just been playing on my own time. But the one unique game that I started up because I really got a hankering for it was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Really?
Yeah.
When was this?
Have you started that?
Yeah, I started that. Oh, what day was I playing that on? I think that was like last Thursday is when I did it.
Okay.
I don't know if
I'm gonna have to try to catch up tonight. How far in are you?
I played for like a good 2 hours. I'm at the quest from the one of the twin sisters where I have to go fuck up the gallery. And
last Friday,
when I played the game,
when you played that
Thursday, I want to say it was. I think so.
I was trying to find the VOD.
Now, I know this is gonna spoil it a little bit for me, but what race did you go with?
Oh, Malkavian, dude.
Awesome.
I went through the like the 8 classes. I read through all of their stuff, and I was just like, okay, this one class is insane. Like that's like their thing. It's like they're just crazy. And I was like, that sounds really interesting. And sure enough, that class has the best dialogue choices. It's like consistent. Like usually when I play these RPGs, like dialogue is kind of secondary to the action, for me.
Is this the game, by the way? Is this? Yeah,
that's
okay.
it.
There's
there
I saw Vampire.
But just like every single dialogue choice you get as this clan is just hysterical. And like my favorite is when you want to like leave the conversation, they say stuff like you must be talking to someone else, I am not here, or something. They're just like completely batshit, and everyone treats you like you're this weird subclass, like, oh, you're Malkavian, okay, this is going to be a challenge to try to convince you to talk to me. But it's really dated. The game is from like 2004 and it definitely looks like it. The combat is clunky, and but the dialogue, like the voice acting is really sharp. The plot progression and the story is really, really interesting and intriguing. And the game world is obviously like very, very like well thought out because it's based on a tabletop RPG. And I had a lot of fun. I want to keep going, try to get to the end of the game.
Using any mods?
You have to use a few mods just to keep it running because it does crash constantly as on its own. And there are no like graphical mods, unfortunately, so it still kind of looks like poop. But yeah, other than that, it was I'm having so much fun with it.
I was having this discussion just last week. If there is any franchise that needed a serious AAA reboot, it's Vampire, man.
Absolutely.
We haven't seen a decent vampire RPG in like a decade almost. Mm-hmm. And I mean, dude, that people would just flock to it, especially if they did it like to a Skyrim / Fallout level of,
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Whew. Yeah, it's such a great world, and it's so I don't know, it's just like really, really fascinating. But like I read somewhere that there was like a group of modders that really wanted to take this game and like make an HD, like put it into a new engine and like build it back up.
Yeah.
And whoever holds the rights to it was like, nope, you can't do that. Don't touch our game. And it was just like, it seemed really weird. Like, why are you holding on to this game?
They might be working on something.
Holding it hostage. I mean, maybe they are. I hope they are. But it just seems kind of like
what that means.
Really? Okay. Well, then I guess that's good news wrapped in
That
bad
they're just
news.
being dicks. That it could also just mean they're dicks.
Yeah, I was gonna say more of a chance they're just being dicks.
Yeah, that could very well be true.
No.
I have honestly only heard of this. Is the first time I've ever seen this. I've only heard about this game. Is it? What is the gameplay like? Is it a full-on RPG?
It's a full-on RPG.
What is this guy? Holy
it's
shit.
built more like Deus Ex than like Fallout 3 or Skyrim. It's not open world. It's a bunch of connected like areas essentially. But like in this part right here, when I go into this house, there are many different ways you can tackle this mission, and I managed to convince this guy to just let me in because I'm crazy. And and then I just went in and started murdering everyone. But you can do like you can go around the back and turn off the power so they can't see anything, and then use your vampire vision to like sneak in and kill them.
Was this PC only?
Yeah, I believe so.
I've never
It was actually one of the first Source Engine games. It was kind of designed to kind of show off the RPG aspect of what the Source stuff could do. But no, overall, man, I mean, it is a very serious RPG, very story heavy. There's a main plot that you go down. There's side missions. You know, we're talking like full character development. I mean, it's a serious, deep game that unfortunately didn't get a lot of the love it deserved.
No, it's one of those cult classics where like it has its community now, like after the fact, and it's like they're pretty passionate about it. But yeah, I'm loving it. It's so goofy, and like you can see the combat is not that great.
Fuck is
but
this guy?
That's awesome.
it's just a lot of crazy like weird physics and Ragnarok.
Oh my god, you're wrecking that guy. Oh shit, you got
I know,
a baseball
yeah.
bat now. Are you
And,
gonna
uh,
die?
But see, it's
Yeah,
kind of
like-
cool, like, because Diction went melee, you can also go like a full gun guy. You don't even need
Yeah.
to use vampire powers if you don't want to. Like,
Oh,
you
really?
can you can really choose how to approach the game.
Yeah, like I went in there and I used a power to make that guy start laughing uncontrollably, and then I went up and just started destroying him.
Interesting.
But like you can just do that, and like you can like I think with this class in particular, you can get really cool psychic powers to like make people like kill themselves or just go crazy and like or just give up in fear. Like you don't even have to do combat most of the time. But yeah, like it's just really cool, and like for a game that's so old and it holds up so well, it's just kind of I don't know, it's kind of crazy. Not enough people are playing it, you know.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it. I went back to an old. I started playing Coder 1 the other day on the like Monday or whatever.
Oh wow.
And that game's still. I played the second one. I never played the first one, which is really odd. I think I'm enjoying the second one still better. But I'm not even a Jedi yet in Coder 1, but they've got like some HD mods and stuff out for it, so it plays a little bit better than this, or runs a little bit better looking than this, I guess. But I've gone back to visit my old games as well.
It's a great game.
That's another series that needs a good reboot, man.
God, I was talking about that
Yeah.
yesterday when I was playing it. Like, I wish the things I would do to be able to play, and they're doing a new single player Star Wars. Like Amy Hennig, the person that was on Uncharted for the story, is working on it, and Jade Ramone, who just got signed to EA's Motive Studios in Montreal, is working on it as well. So like, there's a new Star Wars single player game coming out. We just don't know any details about what the fuck it is. But I just hope it's something Coder-esque, because that game is really good.
Dude, I'm looking for a reason to do like a Coder 1 and 2 like little playthrough.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just like you were. I'm kind of saving them for the right time.
I mean,
I
look at the HD textures on it, dude. It looks really good.
I was looking at that. Like, is that available for both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or well, there is a texture pack for the second one. I don't think it's the same one. This is a Coder 1 Ultimate, I think is the name of it. And then I'm using flawless widescreen to make it 1440p. So it looks really sharp.
I need all that info.
Yeah, it doesn't look half bad.
Yeah. And
It
you got
looks great considering.
You got to remember this is scaled down to 720p too, so it looks much better, like on your actual computer, obviously. But there are some like issues every now and then. I don't know what the issues are, but like it might just be the texture pack like fucks up, and like everything will kind of go white except the characters, and then about 10 minutes later the game will crash. So you have to be careful every once in a while with that.
This gives you time to save, right?
Yeah, like whenever but the thing is, if you quick save, the quick save will actually hard crash it. So you have to like manually save it.
Yeah.
I lost like 15 minutes of gameplay because I quick saved it when it happened the first time, and then the save was corrupted. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but
I had issues too, where I had an issue where when I was playing through it a couple months ago actually, where I couldn't even move my character. I don't know what issue that is. Like you can't move
you
your
can't
character.
move. Yeah, you have to like tab to another character, move with them, get the other character to move, and then tab again.
Then save and then load, and then you can play again. constantly.
Yeah, a lot of
Dude,
people kept saying to use VSync to fix that. But what were we gonna say, Co?
I just got the worst old man moment when you said you lost 15 minutes. I would have been 15 minutes. I used to lose 3+ hours every time my day sets crashed.
Yeah.
My God, kids today. Oh my God. Whew. 31, dude. Too old.
It's rough. That's a rough time.
It's rough. You and your 28. Your spring chicken 28.
I'm 34. Please stop crying, huh? I'm
Old
the
man
old man
Tally.
here.
Old
I'm
man
old man
Tally.
Tally.
Yeah, it's kind of I guess the same thing that you were getting from Vampire Masquerade, where it's a good fucking game, but it's so old. And I'm hoping it keeps my interest. I think I've put like 6 hours into it.
Nice.
But we'll see. The game's only like 25 hours long, if I remember right, without like not doing everything, not including the side quest. Side quest is probably like 40 or 50. But yeah, it's one of those games that you can go back to. And I still think Coder 2 is a better game. I feel like the combat was much more. This game's not that hard. I'm playing on like the hardest setting, and I think I've died once. So was Vampires hard at all?
I mean, like so far I've only been playing like the introductory missions, but I know this. I'm about to face a boss fight that when I played it the first time was not easy.
You just got wrecked.
I mean, it's one of those games where you can kind of like make it as hard as or as easy as you want, depending on how you play your character.
Yeah.
It's like it's very, very traditional, like pen and paper RPG rules of just like if you understand how those work, which I do, then you know how to manipulate the game to work with you. So you know how to like, okay, I can use dialogue to completely get around this entire mission, or I can like sneak in and do it this way. You know, like it's very, very open ended as far as how you're going to tackle everything. And like if I that one beach house mission, if I just went in there guns blazing, I probably would have died. But I used my powers to manipulate the characters to let me in and like ignore me a little bit. And yeah,
cool. All right, well, that's one round of what we've been playing. Let's take a break because we've been live for about an hour and 10 minutes now, and we'll come back and talk about more about what we've been playing, maybe a little bit of news because there was some tragic news that hit on Monday that I'm sure you guys want to hear our thoughts on. So we'll give you those and more right after this when we come back from the break. More drop frames coming up. We'll see you guys in just a bit.